So after making the executive decision that I was going to stop, I got some advice from a few ladies that had also been through the same experience and just trying to prepare myself for the worst. So basically what they told me was that, it's good and bad and it takes a while to get to the good. It can. So after I talked to these ladies, I kind of just prepared myself for the worst. It could possibly be really bad cramping, breaking out, super heavy periods, anything could happen, and I was trying to be prepared. So the way that I prepared myself was I started drinking smoothies pretty much every morning, and a lot of them would have this thing called sea moss in it, and I put it in my smoothies, blended it up, and that was basically a meal replacement. It was my breakfast for the day, and I think it had a lot of contribution to the way that my first period went after stopping birth control, because it honestly was such smooth sailing and I was so happy. So basically, my periods after that were all fine. I They lasted only about 5 days, which is great because when they used to last pretty much the whole 6 7 days. So a little less is always welcome. So along with taking the smoothies, I also started taking these vitamins. They are the gym essential vitamins. The vitamin plus taking the smoothies, I think, really helped to keep my system nice and clean. I was also taking chlorella and spirulina supplements. So everything was going great. I wasn't really seeing any changes, maybe some mood swings every now and then, but it's really hard to distinguish if that's just me or the birth control, the lack of birth control there is. So I went to Chicago for Thanksgiving, and all my friends and family were telling me that I looked so much thinner. And I don't really notice it. You don't notice when you lose weight until someone tells you, or it takes a lot. So I didn't really notice it until I looked at the pictures, and I noticed that I was losing weight. I wasn't sure if it was, I wasn't vegan at the time, so it couldn't have been that I was vegan. It had to have been the birth control, literally. And the month after, for Christmas, we went to California. And when we went to California, I had kind of fell off on taking the Gem daily vitamins, because I just think where I put them, it was like out of sight, out of mind, really bad. But they were in the bottom of my bag, and I just didn't end up taking them while I was out there. And we were out there for almost a week. And not even, it was even before I left California. We were still out there, and I started to notice my face was breaking out. I mean, I had a new pimple every day. A new pimple every day. And when I first got out to California, I I even made a post like, oh, my skin's so clear, and then snatched it right back. Karma just snatched it right back up. I was, needless to say, I was pretty devastated, because I thought that I was doing so great, and here comes the birth control just finally cleansing out of my body. They say that birth control can stay in your system up to a year. So when I stopped taking birth control in September, I really didn't start to see the effects until December, January, now-ish. And it's crazy to think that something like that can be in your system for so long. So right now we are still working on getting my skin back to where I want it to be. Once we got back from California, I weighed myself, and I weighed 120 pounds. 120. I have not been 120 since before college, before I took the Depo-Vera shot. And that is what began it all. I mean, I used to be super skinny. I mean, I'm skinny now, but I used to be super, super skinny when I was younger and not be able to gain weight with anything. And then once I started birth control, that started to happen. Weight would stick onto me. And now that I'm not on birth control anymore, my body has gone back to the way that it used to be before. And I can't help but think that, like, wow, has my whole life been a lie? Because birth control changes so much. It changes the way that you react to certain things, and it also changes your body. Just so it's just crazy to think that had I not been on birth control, maybe so many things would be different. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want to change a thing, but it's just crazy to think about. And now that I'm more aware of that, I don't ever want to put birth control in my body ever again. Another thing that I noticed that changed with me taking birth control was that my libido was back up where it used to be. When I was on birth control, I did start to notice with the more recent prescriptions that I was given, the more generic ones, I felt like my sexual drive was down. Like my sex drive was definitely not as high as it used to be. And the birth control was doing that. Because when I stopped, not only did my sex drive increase, but my pussy was able to get wetter, and I squirted for the first time ever. That might be TMI, but we're keeping it real. I squirted because I'm not on birth control anymore. And the reason why I say that I'm pretty sure it's that, besides the obvious reasons of what I've already told you, one of my friends, I mentioned it to her as well, and she said that she recently started birth control, and she just realized when I told her that I squirted for the first time that she has not squirted since she started birth control. Now, if that don't make you want to stop, I don't know what will. Basically, right now, where we're at this point with the birth control is I am still trying to figure out what is going to fix my face. But I am aware that it's a process and that nothing is going to happen overnight. You know, I have to stick it out, and the rewards will be even better than all this bullshit that I'm going through. I can deal with a little acne since I'm not doing that much damage to my body anymore. I can definitely deal with it. So if you guys have any questions, I really hope this video kind of made sense because I had a really hard time recording it. I don't know why. I have a hard time telling stories. I think that's why. Sometimes I get distracted. But yes, I hope that this helps somebody. If you have any questions, let me know. This is just personally what I'm going through, and I'm also going to be listing some recommendations for you guys, and I think that I'll probably put that on the blog. Make sure that you guys check it out. It's going to be in the beauty room section, and you'll see what to click on from there. All right, bye.